So I started off having like urinary symptoms back around the start of COVID and was like, oh, COVID, I can wait. This isn't a big deal. And it started to become a bigger deal and continuing with that. So it wasn't anymore just when I was lifting heavy. It became like I would cough and I would pee. Or I would sneeze and I would pee. And then I would like think too hard and I would pee. Like all of those things started going on. And somewhere like kind of towards late fall, I just started having like terrible cramping situations happening, like bleeding problems. And I was on an IUD, so it was like I shouldn't have been having those issues. I hadn't had a period the entire time that I had been on an IUD before, all of that stuff. So that became an issue. And then I started having like just general, like I could tell everything was pulling through there. Like you could feel through the whole bowl of my pelvis. Anytime one thing would happen, I could just feel it everywhere else. And I think I'm trying to remember kind of what the straw that broke the camel's back finally was, but a couple of weeks ago I was just like, no. I had originally scheduled or had planned on scheduling a seminar for February, and I was just like, yeah, that'll help a lot. But it's like, no, I'm not sleeping because I think I either have to pee all night, even if I don't have to, or I'm cramping and in pain. And so it's like I wasn't sleeping. I was starting to kind of lose my marbles. I hurt all the time. I was just like, no, that's not gonna cut it. I'm gonna call them and see what they can do. So here I am. I've got they had finally the OB. Oh, that was the thing that set it off. I had a lot of bleeding issues that I went to the OB for. Past a really big clot, and there was a lot of pain involved with it too. And so I went to the OB to have him just to make sure that there was nothing crazy going on that I was ignoring, and diagnosed me with endometriosis, all of that kind of stuff. But every time I've had to go to the OB for an IUD thing, I've also like gone into some kind of terrible shock. The first go around, I passed out. I thought it was fine because like it didn't hurt or anything like that. Everything went fine. On the way out the door, everything bad happened. Oh, no. Passed out, threw up, all of this stuff. I ended up spending like 3 hours in the office, like waiting to be able to drive myself back again. So this time I was smart, had a friend take me and drop me back off afterwards. Didn't pass out, but I did like pretty much convulse for 2 hours and then just dissociate and become like a vegetable for the entire rest of the day. I lost that whole rest of the day.
Oh, wow.
And after that, like the pain just kept, like, first off, that appointment was so much more painful. Like that hurt a lot. That was kind of the straw that finally broke the camel's back, and it's like I need to call and see what they'll be able to do for me, and figured it would be a good thing to go ahead and do a little mini intensive. So they were able to get me in for 9 appointments. I feel like I've just been here all week now. But I'm already moving so much better, and we've gone from being in pain to like I'm sore. I'm just sore from the work itself. I don't feel really right now. I don't feel any of the pain that I was feeling when I came in. So other than tired and sore and responsive to the treatment, just feeling through the processes and all of that kind of stuff. A whole lot of that has been resolved over the past 3 days. And there are things that are moving that I don't think have moved in probably longer than what I've been having problems. So yeah, that's what has brought me here. It's my spiel.
So now that you've gone through that and experienced a good amount of change in this time, you were talking about plans from now on. What is it? What do you want to continue to do? Make a goal, you were saying.
Yeah, I'm going to make a goal of, for this year, since I want to snowball this progress and certainly not lose any of it, but hopefully be able to continue progressing forward. I'd like to try and do the same thing a couple more times this year, where I've got like at least 2 days of back-to-back treatments where I've got a lot of treatments scheduled, and want to try to do that 2 more times this year, hopefully. And then from there, at least annually do a longer one where it's maybe 3 days, 4 days annually, to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, and then go from the annual appointments and see, like, okay, what did I notice in this? Do I feel like there are things moving forward? Like, what do I notice in that might need addressing, to know if it needs that maintenance through the rest of the year? Kind of gauge each year by its own standard. But this year, certainly, I want to make sure that I'm trying to get in another 2 mini intensives to make sure that things are still going the direction that I want them to. Which will likely mean that will probably continue to be a habit afterwards too. But we're going to take it 1 year at a time and see.
A lot of people want to get treated, be better, be done. Why is it you're talking about an annual keep on getting treated?
So I think it's really, really good. It's important to check in with your body in ways that you might disengage from on a day-to-day basis yourself. And this kind of treatment really brings that out, that helps you to do that with someone else's help. And you can always go farther, even if there's nothing that I'm noticing that is painful or something like that. That doesn't mean that there aren't improvements that can be made, or things that can be done that will keep me out of pain later on. So while it might not be one of those things where every single week I have to come in, because I'm not in any situation where I've got something that dire that needs that level of maintenance, I think just for a body in general, being able to have that check-in time and being able to make improvement where there's room for it is always a good thing. Wouldn't it be awesome to feel even better than you do now? Why would you not want to feel better than you do now? Yeah, nothing hurts, but that doesn't mean that you're not, that doesn't mean that you're feeling the best that you can. And so it seems like a bad idea to just ignore that and be complacent. It wasn't until it got bad enough that it's like, no, I'm not enjoying life anymore, that I realized, no, I am one of those people now. I don't need to put this off anymore. I need to get help for this, because this is a problem now. This is no longer just, oh yeah, I can put this off. So I think I probably would have done it far sooner